welcome back to my channel. My name is Arjun Abhishek, and today I am going to be reading Destiny Sitwell's 5-star reads. I have done Haley Pham's video, I have done Sarah Crowley's video, and to complete the trio, I am going to be reading Destiny Sitwell's 5-star reads. Her long form videos are some of my favorites. Her vlogs, her reading vlogs are all about 1 hour, and I love watching them. They are one of my favorites, and I feel like one thing that I really appreciate about her is that she is always true. She always speaks the truth. Even if she hated a book that everyone loved, she will speak it fearlessly. Of course, I had to do the Taylor Swift reference. And if she loved a book that everyone hated, she will speak it fearlessly again. And I really aspire that from her, and I love all her book recommendations.
Allow yourself some time. Takes you would want to binge with you, and a lot of stuff was happening at the time. That I'm just thinking about them. Like I literally finished the Academy series in a long time, let alone this video. That smashing my head. I didn't like.
Bestie Destiny is the queen of long videos. Her long videos are my favorite. As you can see, I've watched all of her videos. My favorite of hers are her 24-hour readathons and a reset and a normal vlogs. Those are some of my favorite of hers. And yep. So, I will be reading some of her 5-star reads in this video, and let's get started. The first book that I'm going to be reading in this video is Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. This is a literary fiction book. I have heard many great things about it. I've heard great things about Fredrik Backman's writing in general, so I'm very excited to check it out. And so yeah, I don't know much about this book, just that Destiny recommended it. This book is of 400 pages, so it is not exactly a long read, but it is not exactly a short read too. But let's get started. I'm going to be reading Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. I just saw the first line in the book, and it says, a bank robbery, a hostage drama, a stairwell full of police officers on their way to storm an apartment. It was easy to get to this point, much easier than you might think. All it took was one single really bad idea. I love the starting line of this book. It is amazing. So I'll get started, and I will update you once I'm like 50% of the way through the book. Hey guys, I'm 50% of the way through Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. I am on page 168. I'm on chapter 39. I'm loving the book. It is phenomenal. The quotes, everything in this book is so good. Let me just tell you some of the quotes, okay? This book, it is making me speechless. Okay, so some of us never manage to get the chaos under control. So our lives simply carry on, the world spinning through space at 2 million miles an hour while we bounce about on its surface like so many lost socks. Our hearts are bars of soap that we keep losing hold of. The moment we relax, they drift off and fall in love and get broken, all in the wink of an eye. We are not in control, so we learn to pretend all the time about our jobs and our marriages and our children and everything else. I love this quote. Okay. We don't have a plan. We just do our best to get through the day because there will be another one coming along tomorrow. Sometimes it hurts. It really hurts for no other reason than the fact that our skin doesn't feel like it's our own. Like it's ours. Sometimes we panic because the bills need paying and we have to be grown up and we don't know how because it's so horribly, desperately and easy to fail at being grown up. This is the kind of book that makes you think really hard, that this is the kind of book which also you need to pay attention, like you need to pay attention to every single word, you need to read it slowly. I am loving the book, I am loving it. I just love his writing style. I don't know how I did not. I've never read writing like his before, and I'm loving it. He makes a simple point and he starts from something really, really, really basic, and then he explains, he talks more about it, more about it, more about it, more about it, and then finally the ending point is something that you could not imagine was related to it, and it just blows my mind. So like something very basic, like I don't know, I can't remember, but something really basic, and then he turns it into something really inspirational, very learning-y, and I love it. So let me just tell you a little about the book. This book is about a bank robbery which failed, and it turned into a hostage situation. So the bank robber was trying to rob a bank, but then he got to know that the bank was cashless, so he ran, and because he was afraid of the police and they were after him, so he ran into an apartment and he had a pistol with him. And when he ran into that apartment, he got to know that there were many people there, and they assumed that he was going to rob them, and that then turned into the hostage situation. And this dynamic is just very unique to me. All of the people in the apartment are such characters, the way they think, the way they do everything, and all the life lessons that you get in this book. Mind blowing, mind blowing. This book makes you feel a lot, but it makes you feel in a humory kind of way. So the author will say something very inspirational, or like which will make you feel in your heart, and in the next page he will make you laugh, he will make you giggle. So this book is kind of like this sad, and it also has humor. So the humor, or author's humor, is very dry, and I'm loving it. It fits perfectly with the book. And the way that the author sets up all the small tiny things, and he then talks about it later, like 200 pages later in the book. So the main character, so one of the characters in this book, he has a bump on his head, and then it is just mentioned in the first 50 pages. Then they don't mention it at all. Then they mention it again, like in the 200th page, and we get to know why that happened. But we get to know that in like 2 lines, and I love his writing style. And in this book, we get to know we don't get to know the character's name from the start. We just get to know what they do and what they did and all of those actions. Then after a few chapters, we got to know their name. So like we first understand the personality of the character, then we get to know their name. So we can put a name to this personality. So like this is this person and his name is this. This is that person, his name is that. And I really like that. I love that actually. You get to know about a lot of things, like the comparison between the older generation, the younger generation, people who did suicide and things like that. Definitely check out the trigger warnings if you want to read this book, because it talks about heavy topics. And the author writes in such a way that he explains complex things in such a simple way. So like he uses metaphors and things like that. I read you the quote about our hearts, right? So which is that? Our hearts are bars of soap that we keep losing hold of. He is describing our hearts as bars of soap, because we lose bars of soap. Many people lose bars of soap occasionally, and he is describing our hearts like that. This book talks about being and all of that stuff. Oh my god. See, no one knew where the bank robber had gone. That's all. That's really all you need to know at this point. Now, the story can begin. So he's just setting up the story, then he's telling it from the beginning. You know, all of the different characters in this book, all of them have went through too much, and we get to know all their background. We get to know what they do, what they are doing. It is tugging at my heart. I'm loving this book very, 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 very much. Please read this book. Destiny Sidwell rated it 5 stars, and I think I'm going to do. I don't want to jinx it, but it is what it is, and I'm loving the book. So I'm going to update you once I finish the book, and let's hope that this turns out to be a 5 star. And I also wanted to say that the chapters are really short. So, example, chapter 4 is page number 10. Then chapter 5 is page number 11. Then example, chapter 7 is page number 13. Chapter 8 is page number 14. So like the chapters are one pages, like one pages, and I'm loving it. So yeah, that's one more thing that I absolutely love.
There's two, A Man Called Ove and Beartown by him. Both 5-star reads. He is not letting me stray, so I'm going to pick this one up in anticipation and high hopes that this will also not lead me astray. Also, it's not very long. I think we're sitting at...
Guys, I finished Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. 5 stars. Definitely. One of my top reads of the year. I love it so much. The ending, I just love it. And the author writes in a way that makes you feel like he's talking to you directly. He sometimes writes in the third POV, but he also writes in the second POV, which makes you feel like he's talking to you and you are not reading a book. It feels so realistic, and this book has a movie book to series adaptation on Netflix. I think I'm going to watch it when I have the time. So yeah, please read this book. I just love this book. This book has kind of like a mystery element because, as I said, this book turned into a hostage situation, and when all the hostages were released, the police couldn't find the bank robber. So it also has that mystery element, and I absolutely loved the reveal. I loved every single part of this book. There are multiple POVs in this book, and there was not a single moment when I loved some other POV than some other POV. Like, I loved everyone's character, I loved everyone's POV, and I did not even care when we changed POVs because I loved every single character. I relate to most of the characters. This book talks a lot about mental health. It is a very accurate representation, and the way that the author talks about women, and as a woman, I feel like he represents women in a very nice way, and the author is a man, obviously. So the fact that he understands us is very astounding, and I loved it. I have nothing else to say. Just read this book. You won't regret it at all. I love this book. I just need to process this book a lot. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this book. If I have any other thoughts, I will tell you in the end. So wait till the end. And the next book that we are going to be starting is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This is a mystery book, and I don't know anything about it except that Destiny rated it 5 stars. So let me just read the blurb, I guess. I think this book has something relating to a author and his novel and things like that. Okay, this book is 356 pages. Um, this is a quite interesting premise. So the main character Emma writes a one-star review of a gruesome and poorly written horror novel, and the author then haunts her because she rated the book 1 star. And then she notices that her peaceful escape turns into a nightmare. Not only is she being harassed by the angry author online, she's noticing disturbing incidences in the house, scratches in the night, a figure crawling around in the shadows. It soon becomes clear that it's all connected. This is a fight between author and reader. So who will have the last word? I'm very intrigued. So I'm just going to start the book, and yeah, let's get started. Let me see how many hours it will take me to read the book, and let me see if the pages are... Okay, the chapters are long. The chapters are very long. Yeah, I'll get started reading The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Hey guys! So, I finished The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I did not update you for the 50% mark because I could not stop reading the book. As you know, I started this book today morning, and right now it is 9:10 p.m. I finished this book 4-5 hours ago. So I read this book in one sitting. It scared me. It scared me out of my mind. But did I stop the book? No, I did not stop the book. Did I kind of guess the plot point? Yes, I guessed the plot point. I guessed what would happen at the end, but still did I get surprised at the ending? Yes, I did. So, I don't know what I'm going to rate this book. This book is definitely not a 5-star, but it is between a 4 and a 5-star. So, probably a 4.5 or a 4. So, that is... I don't know, if I decide I will put it over here or wherever, as you know, as I always do in my videos. But this book surprised me very much. It is very, very, very fast paced. I love how it is written. This is told in the second POV, I think. This is also told from the main girl's POV, which is the main character is Emma Carpenter. Reminds me of Sabrina Carpenter because I love her music. Anyway, back to the book. So I loved this book. I kind of guessed the plot point. The premise of this book is what enticed me the most. So like the main character writes a 1-star review of a book that she hated, and the author then stalks her. The author of that book stalks her, and things start happening inside her haunted house, and throughout the book she talks about various, like she's doing random things. Then she starts her spiel about the book that she rated 1 star, and it kind of reminded me of myself. When I hate a book, I cannot stop talking about it because I just need to express myself, and if it is a book that many people love, I know I will get whiplash for it. I know I will get backlash for it. But do I stop talking about it? I need someone to understand me when I rated that book of 1 star. So yeah, I really liked that concept. So In this video, I read 2 books. The first was Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. 5 stars, definitely no, I don't have to think about it. When you rate a book 5 stars, it is just all about the feeling that you get. It does not mean that the book is perfect. It does not mean that everyone would rate it 5 stars. 5 stars is just a feeling that you get. It can probably be that you read that book at the perfect time, when you were in the perfect headspace for that book. So what I mean to say is, when I rate a book 5 stars, I do not mean that the book is perfect. I can have a few cons about the book and I can still rate it 5 stars because it is just a feeling. So that's my spiel. 5 stars, definitely. I love the book. Everyone needs to read it. The quotes in it are amazing. Some of my favorite quotes are from that book. And the book cover is also one of my favorites. The book cover is so pretty. So whenever I open my Kindle, I just stare at the book cover for like ages. I love the book cover of that book. If I have more to say, I will add a clip in between this and the next book. So then the next book I read in this video was The Last Word by Taylor Adams. As I said, 4.5 or 4 stars, I will let you know. But I really liked it. It was very scary at some points and it was also very fast paced. I read the book with my brothers. So like my brothers were sleeping and I was sitting beside them while I was reading, so I did not get scared out of my mind. So that's one thing that you should consider. So if you want a book that will make you continue to read even though you get scared, this is the book for you. Definitely this is the book for you. And there is also a POV of the book. So as I said, the author of the book haunts her, and then between the main character's POV there is a POV of a book called Murder Beach. So that is also one thing that I really liked. I really like this book. I had a lot of fun shooting this video. And comment the upside down smile emoji, I will put it here, to let me know who watched till the end, who the real viewers are. And yeah, that's all for today's video. Go like, share, comment, subscribe. All of my socials are linked down below. Goodreads, Spotify and things like that. And yeah, Pinterest too. And I'll meet you in my next video. And bye, stick around here for a while because my community has a lot of fun. The booktube community is amazing. So yeah, I love you all.